A great initiative this week, having the inaugural AIS draft camp, I suppose.
It's been terrific. I mean, watching the kids go through their paces physically. We get to see them technically later today, and then they've got match play. So one of the things we really want to do is actually put them under pressure. I mean, they don't know yet, and we haven't decided yet who's going to get an AIS scholarship, but it's an opportunity to see how they respond to all of this. And you see some very different reactions, and that's good for us to see, because generally that's what ends up making a player make it or break it.
How much of an opportunity is it, this AIS scholarship program that you went through, and almost bigger now?
I think the program's better now than obviously it was when I went through. There's so much more here at the Institute to be able to look at through testing and so forth. But I love this program because I think it separates, the kids pretty quickly. The cream rises to the top. The ones that are able to absorb all the difficulties of living away from home, and can they get to the dining room on time? Can they put themselves to bed, do their laundry? Can they handle that little bit of loneliness? Do they bond well with their other peers that are in their tennis group? If they do all those things well, they usually thrive in this environment. And if you can thrive here, you've got a chance of thriving out on the road. But if you struggle with any of that in this environment, you tend not to be able to become a tennis player either, because they're all the key issues that when you're not on court playing matches that you have to deal with. And being a good pro is just not about hitting good forehands and backhands, it's about the rest of the life that goes with it.
And what kind of testing are you doing to get that picture of this athlete?
Well, they've got a schedule they've got to run to. There's rules and regs about staying in the AIS environment there. You've got lights out and in your dorms by a certain time. Just the regular things that you should do at home. Have they showered when they've gone off to the dining room? In terms of the training, how fit are they? Have they come in here prepared to really show us that they want this scholarship, that they really want to be players? And I suppose then when we put them out in that match play situation, how do they handle that pressure? Because maybe if they win or lose that match, it may be the difference between getting in or not.
And now that you're the head of, particularly looking at the men's side of things, is there one thing you're looking for that you want to see in an athlete?
I want to see somebody that, I'd like to see the perfect athlete, to be honest with you, but I want to see somebody that competes really well, technically is sound, that we can continue to work on. Physically for me is important, but I think we can really develop that. But in terms of somebody that hits the ball well, that we know that can get better, and that has the ability through that to have a long career, so that essentially they continue to go step by step by step. And that's what we want. We want sound players that we know can be in the top 100, and specifically we want better than top 100, and that's what we need to see here.
And what potential do you think this 3-day or week-long camp has to ongoing, year after year, build up as the camp to decide who's going to be in and who's going to be out?
I think the next generation of players that are going to come into our programs from the national academies and from the ones that are just starting at 9, 10, 11, they will know that this is an essential part of their development, that this is a key to where they need to go to succeed. So what we're doing here is similar to what the AFL do in their draft camp. After every season, all the next generation of players know that they've got to get to that and they've got to prove themselves. And out of that, they generally get signed up to a certain team. We need that same sort of mentality coming through our young players, and that's what this event will provide. It's a great springboard for what we need to see as coaches going forward, but it's also from the next generation of players knowing where they need to be when they get here.